Yay, here we go. Talking all things samples, why you should do samples, who you should send samples to, what you should send, when you should send it. Everything is going to be all laid out. And I'm so excited to lay it out for you because samples can be so powerful when you use them strategically while also keeping it personal. Obviously, it's our whole goal. We want to be strategic because your time is valuable, and we also want to be personal because we are dealing with real life human beings who are humaning and have feelings and want to feel seen and loved and heard and all the things. So hopefully this whole system is going to help you feel very organized, and also strategic. Everything is going to be in the board. So if you don't have your phone handy, I'm also going to share my screen and walk through it. But if you would like to see it on your phone, then you can go there to the Success Starts With You board, and we're going to walk through the sample situation in the board as well. But I want you to know that the sample chat for October is next week. That is not by accident. It is strategically placed at the end of the month to help you pull any loose ends together. So samples, strategic. Here we go. Let's run through it. So when we're talking about who you're going to send samples to, you're going to send samples to certain groups of people. Here's the board. And down at the bottom, we have a sipping on a sample board, which is going to have everything we need. So there are a couple different people that you are going to offer a sample to. The first person is going to be anyone that you have been chatting with and you already know what interests them the most, because that's the first question that we ask every single person, right? What interests you the most? When they ask, what are you doing? What interests you the most? When they ask, how much is it? You ask, what interests you the most? We have to know what interests them the most. That is the most important question back from the recruiting system, the Convo Flow. What interests you the most? You're going to see that pop up in the sample system also. So hopefully you see it all come together. But you have been through that system. You know what interests them the most. You've sent a story. You've gone through all of the things. You've invited them to a messenger chat or to a Real People, Real Stories Zoom. You have worked to build the belief for them. They have seen stories and they're still not ready. Anybody have anybody like that who you've gone through all the things and they're still not ready? Yep, there are people like that. They just need some more follow up or another way to look at this. So we have messages to follow up and offer them a sample. They sound something like this. And this is going to be one version. I'm going to talk to you about different ways to tweak this. One is, hey, hope you're having a great day. Did you have a fun weekend? Personalize this first little part. Ours included. Da, 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 da. Anyway, I'm sitting down to send out a few samples of my favorite pink drink and clean energy drink, and I thought I would check in and see if you'd be open to trying one. It's $10, comes with an experience chat with giveaways while you taste it. I'd love to drop one in the mail for you if so. That's one option. Another option, I know the timing hasn't been right for you to get started, so I figured you might want to check out this 3-day trial group I'm doing for people who aren't ready to jump all the way in. It's only $10, starts next Wednesday, and you get 3 days of my pink drink with a group and some fun giveaways to learn about how it all works. Do you want to join in? Simple, offering a sample, letting them know that there is a cost for it, and we're going to go through that here in a second. But those are follow-up messages. You can also utilize a sample for someone who gets on the messenger chat or comes to a Zoom. Hey, if you decide to come to this, whatever, live, when you're inviting them to something else, I will send you a sample for attending. So you have that in your back pocket as well. Then the other group of people is going to be people who respond to a post that you put out about samples or a story that you put out about samples. Either way, if you're going to do a story, I encourage you to make 2 poll options that gives them an easy way to click so that they don't have to message you. They can just click a button and then you're going to message them. The easier you make it for them, the less friction, the more apt they're going to be to poke the button. The buttons could say, send me a sample, or send me some info first. Give them 2 options that are only about getting a sample. And then we have the message to someone who comments on a post or votes in a poll. Hey, I'm so excited to get this sample headed your way. What interests you the most about it? Does that sound familiar? Does it sound like we just went in a big old circle? And yes, I want you to work through the Convo Flow, the recruiting system, before you just agree to send them a sample. We have to build that belief. So we're going to ask what interests them the most. We're going to pivot out of sample land. We're going to run through the Convo Flow, and you can run somebody through the Convo Flow in 10 minutes. It is quick. And then you still may end up at a sample, but also if you skip this step, you might also miss out on somebody who's like, yeah, that's actually everything I need. And I'm just going to go ahead and order a whole thing. Don't even send me the sample. So you always start with what interests you the most when somebody comments or votes in a poll. That's why that is in there. Then once they share what that does, you're going to say, oh my gosh, it totally does that. I'll send you a story here in a minute, but first I want to get you all set up with your samples. It's $10, comes with a sample experience and fun giveaways for you to learn as you taste it. Would you rather pay with Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle? So right off the bat, you are getting their buy-in and how they are going to get the money to you. And then you're going to wait still. So you're going to learn how they want to pay, and then you're going to wait. Now we're going to pause on those people. We're going to come back to in a second. The third group of people that you are going to offer sample to are birthdays. So Facebook comes up and says, hey, your friends have birthdays today. These are your friends. If you wanted to, you have the option to send a message that offers them a sample for a birthday. Typically, this is going to be for free. You can't really say, hey, I want to send you a sample for your birthday, but pay me $10. So if you're going to do this, if you're at a place in your business where you can do this, it is not required, totally optional, but you can do samples for birthdays. I feel like it's about 50-50. Sometimes it goes really great. Sometimes they get the sample and you never hear from them again. So it's totally up to you. If you're at a place where you can do it, you can. If not, but this is a message that you can send. Happy birthday. Hope you've had an incredible day doing all things you. I would love to send you a birthday gift goodie bag in the mail of a few samples of this. Literally, it makes my day so much better. I only want to send it if you'd find it of value. That hopefully will catch them. So you're only going to send it if they're actually going to try it. But shoot me your address if you're interested and I'll drop them in the mail for you. Then still, you're going to come back with what interests you the most and follow through the system. But that is another way that you can offer samples. Oh, here it is. You got it. I'm so excited for you to sip on some happy drinks. I'm curious, what interests you the most about it? There it is again. Okay, so those are the people for you to invite to the sample chat. Okay, now we're going to pivot for a second. I promise we're going to come back and tie up all these loose ends. We're going to talk about what you send as far as what you put in the package that is going to be sent. And it's all right here on the board for you. So if you forget, you can always come back here and look. Your flavors to send are you're going to send 3 sticks of Slim. That is non-negotiable. It is a 3-day pink drink chat. They need 3 sticks of Slim to be able to fully participate. I highly recommend, 10 out of 10, 100% recommend that you get them 3 different flavors. And you can kind of choose based on what you have in your cabinet. I recommend the Slim Microbiome Activating Raspberry Lemon Watermelon, and then Slim Sweet Tea, either Microbiome Activating or HC, now that we have that option, and then the Slim Black Cherry Lime Blossom. Oh my gosh, we have 4 flavors now. Hold on. You get to pick your 3 out of the 4, I guess, now that we have 4. Or you send 4. It's up to you. But then we also have the Slim Hunger Control Blood Orange Lemon Lime. And I'll fix that on the board. But I recommend that you give them a combination of microbiome activating and hunger control. So that way they can see both and you get to pick. Now, if you're like, I don't have all those flavors on hand, I have 2 answers for you for that question. 1, buy an extra bag of the different kinds of Slim and keep it aside for samples. It is an investment for your business. It is deductible on your taxes. So you just keep track of the product that you buy for samples, and then that will be deductible on your taxes, because if you're sending out the samples and you're doing all the systems, you're going to be making enough money that you're going to get a 1099 and you're going to need some tax deductions. So that's my first one. My second one is, if you're like, I'm just not at a place, I'm starting off brand new and I literally cannot buy extra bags of Slim to do the sample challenge, but I have people who want to participate, ask your sponsor for help. So I've had people do that before, where then they send me their $10 and I send out the Slim because I have all the flavors, and I know mom does too. So those are your two options, but the people need 3 sticks of pink drink. The optional add-on is 3 sticks of active. I really feel like it's the best value if they get 3 and 3. Not completely required. The sample chat does not go heavily into active, but it does mention if you have active. So I think it's really powerful for them to have it. I I prefer that they get one of each flavor. That way they can see what they like, what they don't like, or anything like that. So if they say anything about energy and what they're interested in, active, I feel like needs to be sent. So that is what goes in for flavors. And then I want you to get a little piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write a little handwritten note. We have 3 options in here that are, you can tweak, you can make sound like you. Don't say it's a mama must have. If you don't talk about it being your mama must have, like whatever it is for you, you can tweak it, or you can just do this exact note, one of them. 2 of them are kind of for birthdays, and one is not so much for birthdays, but you can kind of get the vibe of what they say. They're super simple. They ask them to make sure that they're in touch with you. That is what you're going to send in your little baggie. As far as charging for the samples, I'm going to tell you that 99.9% of the time, it is best to charge for the samples. Whether it's $10, $15, whatever it needs to be for you, you get to decide that. Because when they have a buy-in, they are going to show up more for themselves. They're not going to set it aside and forget it because they don't have any skin in the game for it. So you can do a couple different options. Like I said, you can tweak this however you want. You can do $10 for 3 slims. You could do $15 for 3 slims and 3 actives. You could do if they're heavily energy focused, I've done before where they get free slim and then I offer to add the active for $10. There's different ways that you can play with it. Kind of depends on the person, depends on your budget, what you have, what is available to send, but it's really up to you. If you want a place to start, do $10 for 3 sticks of slim or $15 for 3 slim and 3 active. If you want it easy, that's what you need to do. That is what goes in. Charge for the samples. Your personal note, don't forget your personal note. It really is powerful for them to see that you took the time. Then also completely optional, but I just feel like I'm going to tell you, I bought a big pack of 25 bubble mailers that are hot pink. And that's what I send my samples in because I think it's fun to get hot pink Happy Mail. You don't have to do that either. If it will fit in an envelope and it's flat enough to go with the post office, put it in an envelope. The bubble mailers are fun if you feel like you're at a place that you can do that. Then as far as when to send, if they are local, you can hand deliver to save on the shipping, and you're going to door drop it on Tuesday. The sample chat starts next Wednesday. So even if you have somebody today who says, I want a sample, you don't take it to them tomorrow. You're going to wait. If anybody comes back from a birthday sample and they're like, yeah, I want a sample, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to get it to you after we get through the convo flow, and they still want the sample, not to order. You're going to hold on to all the samples. You're going to hand deliver them the Tuesday before the sample chat starts, because we want them to drink this while they're walking through the chat, reading the stories, building the belief, seeing how yummy it is. Hold on to the samples. Does that make sense? Everybody nod your head. Tell me we're going to hold on to the samples. We're not going to send them early. So if you hand deliver the Tuesday before, if you're going to ship them, typically the Friday or Saturday before, we'll have them there on Tuesday so that they can start on Wednesday. You're going to have to kind of play it by ear with your post office. But that's when you want to send it. Before you send it, you're going to want to offer a credit instead of the samples. This is like magic. I don't know why it works, but it's like free shipping if you spend $10 more. Like, I feel like it's that kind of mindset. Like, yes, I'm going to spend $10 more to save $4 in shipping, like whatever. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. So these are two different messages that you're going to go in. You're going to pick which one fits better and tweak it to your person. But this is what you're going to do before you actually get the sample ready. This is why you're holding on to the samples. And you're going to say something like, hey, packing up your samples today. Do you want me to go ahead and send you the sample, or would you rather have the credit towards your order? That is a super simple one. This one explains it a little bit more. Hey, packing up your samples today. I'm having this idea though. It's going to take me about $15 to send the sample to you, which I'm totally happy to do. I think this is best as a voice message. But if you like, I could just take that $15 that it's going to cost and send it to you to put it toward a 30-day sample kit. What do you think is best? So you're giving them that option rather than taking the sample, being short, then having a gap between products. Then sometimes they will just take it and then they will order. The 30-day sample kit is just their first product system order. So you're setting them up as a VIP customer. You also then can leverage Give 10 And then you can decide if you're going to Venmo. If you did 15, then you cover the $5. If you said 10, then the give 10 covers it, however that shakes out. So those are things you're going to do before you send the sample, either hand deliver it on Tuesday or mail it Friday or Saturday before the sample chat. That way they get it right before it starts. Then during the sample chat, we have this sample chat behind the scenes little folder of gold. So what you're going to find here is you're going to find messages that you are going to send to your sampler outside of the sample chat during the sample chat days. So the day before the chat, for someone who has been mailed it, or if you door dropped it, then tweak it to make it sound like you door dropped it. I believe you should have some pink happy mail arriving today. If it doesn't arrive, let me know so I can go to work tracking it down. That will get them to respond every single time because they don't want you to be going to all this work searching for it, thinking it's lost when it's in their mailbox. Feel free to open your goodies and take a peek and have the willpower to hang on and have your first one with me tomorrow. I'll get you added to the info chat along with the goodies to get in on the prizes and giveaways just for trying it out this week. So that's the day before. This is send a screenshot of the group. This is kind of what the screenshot's going to look like. Don't send this screenshot because it's probably not going to be September for another 11 months. So don't send this one, but that's what it's going to look like. That's what the screenshot can look like. I just wanted that in there for an example. Then we have day one morning. Good morning. I'm so excited to hear what you think of your flavors today. I love starting my day off with a slim microbiome activating on the rocks and any flavor of active because you cannot go wrong. You mix them together or drink them separately. How are you going to sip on it today? So you send that in the morning. Then you have an evening check-in. So excited to hear what you sipped on. Obviously, if you're in conversation with them, tweak this to make it make sense. Tell me all the things. Day two morning. Pink drink mixed up, just tossed my active in my bag so I don't forget it. Gonna need some extra energy doing all of this on my Thursday and keeping up with the kids. Have the best day. Don't forget to snap a picture with your water bottle to get into the giveaway today. So you're doing this behind the scenes, inviting them to get into the sample chat, not miss out on the giveaways and participate. And for some reason, taking their hand, holding it along and bringing them with you gets them to participate so much more. And I promise you, doing this behind the scenes work is like magic. So they're all here, all of the messages, day two morning, day two evening, because then they're going to be invited to Real People, Real Stories again. Hey, for building belief and hearing more stories. Then we have our day three and then day four. Did you wake up missing your pink drink today? I was just sipping on mine and thinking about how fun it would be to get healthy together. What's holding you back from getting started today? The other strategic part about the sample chat is it runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So by Friday, they know they love it. And Friday, a lot of times, is payday. And people are in a way better mood because we're going into the weekend. So it's just a really great day to have a pink drink, first of all. Every day is a great day to have a pink drink. But it's also a great day to ask them to close the sale. That is samples in a nutshell. It's all right here in your Success Starts With You, sipping on a sample. It's way at the bottom. Board, we have our sample chat next week. And Micah is going to be running it for us this month. And I'm so excited to see how you guys leverage samples, pull all the people and get this to work and really, really take October and light it on fire. I'm going to see if we have any questions. I would send the orange, blood orange, lemon, lime, and the black cherry lime. Sweet tea just tastes like sweet tea. That's what Lacey says. Yes, Genevieve has always said active is the gateway product for us because you tell a difference immediately with active. I really thought of you when I talked about the pink bubblers, Kaylee. You and your pink bubblers. Yay. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.